the NCAA first round for outdoor track and field is perhaps the most important meet on the collegiate calendar, because if you are one of the fastest men in all of college, you can technically mess up in just about any other meet on the schedule, and it really doesn't matter. But if you messed up during the first round, that is it. Your season is officially over. It is the reason why Favor Rocher of Auburn put down one of the fastest times in all of college, running 9.9 seconds in the 100-meter dash earlier this season. But at the SEC championship meet, he didn't run in the 100-meter dash final. For whatever the reason, he was not present. But it didn't matter, because when he showed up to the first round again, he won the event. In the East region, to make it clear that he is still a favorite to walk away with the title at the NCAA championships. I could tell you that the Florida Gators qualified more than enough men through to the NCAAs to potentially defend their national title from last season, or that Christopher Morales-Williams of Georgia took care of business in the first round, as he should, because he is not only the defending indoor champion in the NCAA, but the fastest 400-meter runner outdoors in the entire world this year. So he's still a favorite to win the NCAAs again, and to potentially come home with a medal in Paris later this summer. But the funny thing about the first round is that depending on what school you actually go to, because there's more than 300 of them in Division I for track and field, that meet is way more than just a qualifier for the NCAA. It just might be your only opportunity to run against the fastest men in college, because they all seem to bunch themselves up in the same conferences every year. What I'm trying to say is that there are a whole bunch of men in Division I who were never really supposed to be this fast. And we know this because nobody recognizes the uniform that they're wearing. But they showed up to the first round, and they also showed out, because they're headed to the NCAA championships, and they're taking a spot from somebody who represents a team in the Big Ten, the SEC, or whatever's left of the Pac-12. So here are just a few of the men who booked their tickets to the NCAAs that we really don't pay that much attention to. But guess what? It is abundantly clear now that they are some of the fastest men in all of college. I apologize in advance because there's no way that I can cover everything. But just remember, I'm trying to rattle most of this off from memory. And for every coach who chose not to recruit them, the joke is on you, because that means you gave your scholarship dollars to the wrong men. The fireworks got started all the way at the top, because Louis Hinchcliffe of Houston is now the fastest man in all of college, running 9.84 seconds in the 100-meter dash. To be honest, I don't think anybody actually saw that coming, because even though the time was slightly wind assisted, it is also the fastest time in the world this year, under all conditions in the 100. Louis Hinchcliffe is not even supposed to be the fastest 100-meter runner for the University of Houston. For years, that has been Sean Maswanganyi. He was recruited out of Great Britain to Washington State University in the Pac-12. But then he transferred to Houston after one season. And up until the regional meet, he had never broken 10.16 seconds in the 100-meter dash. And then he ran 10 flat and 9.84 seconds. And in case you were wondering, that 10 flat was when legal. And in case you weren't paying attention, he also won the college men's 100 at the Penn Relays. And we know because he represents Great Britain, he's likely going to be there at the Olympics as well. So as far as I'm concerned, he has to be one of the favorites, at the very least on the clock, to win the entire NCAA. But if you're new here, I have to say thank you for even making it this far into the video. And I'm Coach Rob, the founder of SCArecruiting.com, where I rank the best high school track and field recruits in the entire nation. And if anything that I say actually connects with you, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe. But if I don't, just let me know in the comments section, because I try to read them all. But Zacchaeus Beard of Northwestern State and Jamarian Stubbs of Alabama State also booked their tickets for the NCAA championship meet. Jamarian Stubbs actually did it in the 100 and the 200. And that's not supposed to happen when you compete out in the SWAC conference. But James Crawford in the 100 and Chase Mars in the 200 are making it clear that Cal State Northridge, that's the Big West Conference, which is actually a thing, is clearly one of the most underrated sprint programs in the entire nation. because they're both going to the NCAAs now out of the West region. And beyond that, they're bringing their entire 4x1 team with them. And they are not the only small conference team to pull that off, because Jamal Miller and Jamel Miller, yes, they are brothers, compete for Campbell University. And they're both headed to the NCAAs, and they're bringing their 4x4 with them. Jamal did it in the 100, and Jamel did it in the 400. And believe it or not, they have a legit chance to make the final, because they are one of the top seeds in the relay in the East region. And I have to give a shout out to Nathan Kent from Navy out of the Patriot League, because he made the NCAAs in the 400, but Bramir Vick is going with him in the 110 hurdles from their team. He was actually the national leader in the hurdles very early during the outdoor season, but clearly that was not a fluke. And San Jose State once again is proving that California has a whole bunch of fast teams that aren't in what's about to be the dead Pac-12. They are sending 3 men to the NCAAs out of the West region, led by Malachi Snow, who did it in the 100 and the 110 hurdles. But the upsets definitely didn't stop there, because North Carolina A&T of the CAA conference had 2 hurdlers who are headed to the NCAAs, but nobody in the short sprints. And it didn't matter, because now they're taking their 4x1 to the meet as well. But that is nothing compared to what Harvard pulled off in the 4x4. I'm not making this up. They had not one man individually qualify in any sprinting or hurdling event for the NCAAs. And it didn't matter, because they're still taking their relay to the meet. And I have to give a shout out to Chetan Traore of Penn State, because even though he competes in the Big Ten right now, he didn't always. He used to compete for Ramapo College in Division III. But now, he's the top seed in the East region outdoors in the 200-meter dash, with a time of 19.93 seconds that qualifies him for the Olympic standard in that event. So we're likely going to see him in Paris this summer, competing for Cote d'Ivoire. The truth is that it really doesn't matter what school you come from, but what does matter is where you're going, because the NCAA's first round brings all the fastest men in college together on one track. And then they have to duke it out to earn a shot at a national title. I am fully aware that the teams that are likely going to finish top 10 at the national championship meet are the same ones that we're used to seeing from the SEC, what's left of the Pac-12, and even perhaps the Big Ten. But the thing is, the ability to actually get to that meet starts with the first round. And all of the men that I just mentioned definitely took a qualifying spot from somebody who was supposed to put points on the board at the national championship meet. But remember, they were never supposed to be this fast anyway. SCA track and field gear is here. Fast is a lifestyle, and what you wear should reflect that. Order yours at scarecruiting.com/shop or use the link in the description below. It's a huge support to me and this channel, so I can continue to make you more content like this. And remember, it is always greatly appreciated if you would please like and subscribe.